In this video, I'm just going to review how exactly you should read measurements off of measuring devices. So really, the important thing to keep in mind when you are reading a measurement off of something that has a scale is that you should only include one estimated digit in every single measurement. The last measurement in every digit should be an estimation. So for this problem, it says measure the following object using the rulers on the previous page. I actually already copied them over, so they're on this page already. When you are comparing those three rulers, you can see that they all have differing levels of precision. So this one here, grabbed both of them. This one here has the lowest level of precision. It would be considered the worst ruler. It looks like it only goes from 0 to 7 centimeters, which is really not that great. The next ruler would be this one here, which has a little bit more precision. It has more graduations. It is broken up into 1 centimeter segments. So using the second ruler, you would get a little bit more precise of a measurement. And then this final ruler here is the best out of the three because it is actually broken up into tenths. So I can estimate much more precisely what the actual length of the object is using the third ruler. So let me show you exactly how this is done. So I'll get two of these out of the way and move this. Oh, I can't move that. Okay, well, I'll move this. Okay. So I want to line up this leaf that I'm measuring with the ruler. I want to line up one end with the 0. And then if I mark on my ruler exactly where that leaf is, you can sort of estimate between 1 and 7 where that measurement would be about. So I can't really say anything except for the ones place for this one. So I'm going to say it looks like it's about 5 centimeters, but even that is an estimation. It's not exact. And it's not exact because that ruler is not really designed to give you a whole lot of precision. So the 5 centimeters would be the correct answer for that one. Okay, the next ruler that I'm going to try is this one here, which is a little bit better of a ruler than the first one. It's broken up into more segments. So here, looking at this one, I can see it's definitely close to 5. So my previous guess wasn't terrible, but it's a little bit less actually. So what you can do with this second ruler is write down one extra digit than what we had before. So I know for a fact that this leaf is in between 4 and 5 centimeters. So that is actually not an estimation. I know it's over 4 centimeters and under 5. What I can estimate is how far between 4 and 5 centimeters it is. So if it is exactly 4, then I would say 4.0. If it is halfway in between 4 and 5, I would say 4.5. This one here, I'm going to go ahead and say 4.7 centimeters. I think that seems reasonable. Get rid of that one. All right, and then the final ruler that I'm going to try is the best ruler out of all of them, and that is the one that actually goes to the 10th place with the graduations. So let me line this up a little bit better. Okay, so looking at where this measurement is, it's about right there. Right. So it's definitely, if I look at these markings and figure out what each of these little tick marks represents, and you can label these if that makes it easier. The longest one here that I just marked, that's 4.5. So this here would be 4.6, 4.7. So I can see here by looking at this that it's in between 4.7 centimeters and 4.8 centimeters. So I just have to estimate how far in between those two lines it is. If it was exactly halfway between those two lines, it would be 4.75. It looks like it is a little bit past halfway though, so I'm going to go ahead and say 4.77. And that would be my answer for that one. All right, so if I'm comparing the three measurements that I got from these three rulers, The first one, I only said it was 5 centimeters, so not the best measurement. The second one, I said 4.7 centimeters. And then the last one was 4.77. So you can see by increasing the amount of tick marks on your measuring device, you can increase the number of digits that you're able to accurately measure. And in each of these digits, we only had one estimated digit. For the 5 centimeters, the 5 itself was an estimation. For 4.7, the 7 was an estimation because I knew it was past 4. And then for the last one, the final 7 is the estimated digit because the 4 and the first 7 were measured using the tick marks. All right, so that is how you get measurements. The shortcut to figuring out exactly how many decimal places is just to figure out what one tick mark on the scale means, what one line on the scale represents. Remember, those lines are called graduations. So for example, does one line represent the ones place? Does one line represent the tens place? Does one line represent the hundredths place? Figure out what one graduation is marking on your scale and measure one digit further. So this doesn't really work for the very first ruler because it only goes to 7. But if you look at the second one, you can see that one tick mark represents 1 centimeter because every single line, the length goes up by 1. It goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 every single line that passes. So if the ruler goes to the ones place, my measurement should go to the tenths place because that is 1 digit further than the ones place. For the last ruler here, I can see here that I still have those 1 centimeter markings like I did on the last one. However, I also have these little ones, and on this scale, each one of those tick marks represents a tenth of a centimeter. And I know that because there are 10 segments in between each centimeter marking. If my ruler can accurately measure out to the tenths place, like this one can, then I need to take my measurements 1 digit further than the tenths place, which is the hundredths place. Measure to hundredths place. So that's another way to think about it. You can either look at the graduations and go 1 digit further, as I just explained, or you can just keep in mind that your last digit should be the estimated digit. So once you get to a place in your measurement where you are estimating where something is between 2 lines, that is going to be the last digit you record for that measurement. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions.